Hello and welcome to the 156th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by our other host, Jordan.
That's me, baby.
Jordan, this is a very special, heavy sort of episode.
Gut-wrenching, some would say.
Perhaps. But we put this thing on platforms occasionally.
So, we put this on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the RSS feed, all linked below. You can always contact us via email, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send us your comments, your questions, your concerns, and your death threats. And there's also Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube comment section. But Chris, why is this a heartfelt, special, gut-wrenching, sad, sappy, dumb, useless, idiot episode?
I don't know if it's a dumb, useless idiot, but it's definitely, one of us is a dumb, useless idiot. I don't know about that. But this episode is special. Says not only have we been doing this for 3 years now.
Yes. This is the 3rd-year mark. This episode.
This is also
our final episode.
No, this is also the sunset on this format. This format that we do.
Yeah.
And it's also the sunset of the weekly episodes.
Yeah. And I'm leaving the show.
Jordan is not leaving the show.
No.
Neither of us are leaving the
Fake
show.
news. Fake news.
We're here forever, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But we've decided, I don't know if you've noticed, we've gotten real bored with this show and the format that we do it in.
And the frequency as well.
And the frequency, and it's just like a big chunk of a Saturday, and it just feels like we're doing nothing.
Yeah, and there was a little Easter egg I left into one of the audio recordings that kind of alluded to this, where Chris was like, man, I'm feeling like this is the senioritis of episodes. And I kind of left that in there, seeing if people would catch on.
I mean, last time we said it was the penultimate episode.
Last time as well, we had said that, yeah.
So basically, we wanted more time to do other things. Whether it's other things for this channel or other things in general, right? So we're going to be moving to a bit of a different format, and we're going to take a bit of some time off.
A little bit of a breaky break.
A little breaky now. Little breaky for me. And then we'll come back.
Yeah. We're calling it the 2.0 format.
Be gone about a month. And we got some stuff in the works for that time. And the episodes will be every other week.
Yeah. And we're not sure about the episode length yet. Probably about the same.
Probably similar length, but to make up for that, we're going to have other content in between.
Yeah.
So on the off week, we'll probably have something else that comes out as well.
Yeah, that's the aspiration right there. We got some things like Chris said in the making.
And it'll tie into, some of it will tie into the podcast episode. So we're going to be rolling in like segments.
Yeah.
And some of the segments will pertain to the stuff we upload on the off weeks. So if you catch part of it on a podcast episode, you can see the full thing or more context in the video that we upload the following week.
Yeah, because if you've been listening for a long time, you know that we started out as basically a news podcast for gaming, talking about graphics cards and prices and release dates, and then we shifted to just two jamotes shooting the shit, basically.
Yeah.
This is going to give a little bit more order to that, because we have some pretty banger episodes out there as two jamotes shooting the shit. But there also tends to be a level of chaos that some just may not find enjoyable to listen to. Sometimes we don't even find it enjoyable to listen to in some fashions.
There's a lot of times where it's a pain in the ass to stay on topic and to follow a conversation like that as someone who's not a part of it. Because Jordan and I know each other very well.
Yeah.
And I think we've developed this conversational sort of rhythm. Mm-hmm. That if you don't know us, it can get confusing at times.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And this is hopefully to give a little more order to that chaos, to essentially not necessarily force us to stay on topic, but to give us more universal, interesting topics to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
And little fun things to do.
Yeah, and a little more leeway in terms of we don't have to spend we don't have to find random shit to fill an hour long with. We have this segment, which we're going to roll like a tight 15, and then we're going to
Yeah.
And
it has a topic, a subject, a specific researched thing.
Right. So in general, we're going to be talking a lot about like movies, TV,
just media in general.
Media.
Not news, not like politics or anything. None of that.
No, I don't ever want this show to be that.
No, never.
I think we've done a pretty good job to remain apolitical.
Yeah.
And I'd like to keep it that way. And keep the news away. Because that shit's already just, that shit's always out there. Like,
it's oversaturated.
I want this to be an escape from all that.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point. We're gonna be talking a lot about media, movies, TVs, etc.
Some analyzing of certain things too that we like, that we enjoy.
We're gonna be doing like kind of review, react stuff. We're gonna keep in segments. We're gonna keep in a segment of like, hey, what's going on?
Because that's kind of what. Yeah, that's the classic, right?
Just to keep like a good conversational beat going. And we have some ideas for. I had an idea, I didn't write it down, but maybe for like, because we talk about cars a lot, maybe we do a little car segment.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be talking about the same kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's just going to be more segmented and more kind of focused.
More focused, segmented, and compact in a way. And also just more useful in a weird way. Like, more uniform instead of it being like, hey, we're going to talk about this car for the 56th time and how we want to drive one and then relate that to this. It's like there's going to be a little more kind of fact behind it and a little more of like a thought process as opposed to just shooting the shit,
Yeah, like I think there's going to be a lot more, I don't want to say maybe entirely written segments, but there's going to be a lot more like written pieces, at least from my end. I don't know how Jordan's going to handle things. It's a bit more of we're kind of going to probably go at our own creative pace here.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot more written, a lot more cohesive, but going to have that conversational aspect to it. But just so we don't drum up old topics and, talk about the same thing for the 10th time and things like that. And we don't get lost in the conversation of like, and, make it so it's hard to follow.
Yeah, and I think it helps us come back like full circle too on topics. So like if we start a topic about a movie and we do a video and then we do a podcast, it kind of just makes everything all encompassing. Right? You get a little bit of everything. Like Chris said, you can listen to the podcast, hear about it, and if it's a specific movie, you're like, oh, I fucking love that movie. Like I'd love to hear their take on it. Well, there will hopefully be the ideas to be a supplementary piece of content to go along with that. Right. So that way it's kind of like expanded lore, so to speak. Like you get to see something different. Yeah,
and we're not for like media criticism. We're not going to be going through like we're not going to be going for the academic approach. We're just going to be like, hey, we're pretty like
stupid
normal dudes, and we know things about film, but like there are people who know way more about film.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for that sort of review, that's not what you're going to find.
Yeah, and that's not what we ever hope to achieve anyway. The idea is to keep the lightheartedness, but give it a little more focus. Right. At the end of the day, I'd say that's what it is. It's the same lightheartedness that we've been, doing for 3 years, but with a little more focus and direction. And that way, it also keeps it interesting for us, right? So if we have topics we're going to talk about, like, hey, we're going to talk about this movie series, it gives us a little bit more to talk on. And, it also might be something we wouldn't normally talk about, too. So
right.
It kind of leverages that as well.
So we kind of have some stuff planned up. We want to do some like big roundups of movies.
Yep.
From like different studios or with different actors or from different franchises or whatever. And we'll roll it out and it's always it's a living document. We'll move on from ideas we think are bad and we'll move on to ideas we think are good and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and ultimately we're just trying stuff. Just giving it a shot. So, there will be an announcement video with like an official date of return, like Chris said, about a month. So,
yeah,
we'll see what that is. But be on the lookout for that. We're not going anywhere. We're not quitting. Nothing's ending. We're just taking a little break. I mean, we're going 3 years straight, like not a single gap.
Yeah, I don't think I've been this dedicated to anything for this long.
Yeah. Every other weekend, and then the occasional, 1 day delay we have recorded for 3 whole years. Basically, almost as long as we've been out of high school. Like there was a brief gap out of high school, and then it was podcast time.
Yeah, we've posted every Wednesday.
Yeah.
For 3 years.
So, yeah, I think it's time we give ourselves just a little break so we can think about what we've liked, what we've done, come up with some ideas.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like this isn't our job, so we have to work around schedules. So that's what this will give us time to do, is figure out schedules and how to reasonably do this, because we're a couple of star shooters. We're always shooting for the stars.
Like Jordan and I were just giggling about an idea that we had for like for an announcement for this exact thing, and how it was just like, this is so fucking high concept. Why did we write this down?
Yeah,
even?
like this is fantastic if we're Mr. Beast and we can make whatever we want.
If I had $1 million, yeah.
Yeah, we can make whatever we want, but like, and then we have to play to our strengths, and I would say our strength isn't budget. It's not really time, but it's our personalities and how we present things. So that's kind of what this new format to me means, is like, we're going to spend a little more time in the presentation aspect and focus less on the flashy sort of fucking Mr. Beast level things. Like, we're going to jump out of a plane. Like,
we're going to kill Jordan.
I mean, I would still be down for that episode. I told you I'd be down. But yeah, we're going to...
Another thing that this kind of introduces is like, maybe there will end up being segments where it's just Jordan or it's just me. And we have like, a little 10-minute segment that we can cut to. Like, oh, well, we don't have much time and this is something that only interests the one of us. Jordan can have a little Spider-Man segment, a little Spidey segment.
Dude, 10 minutes? You think 10 minutes is enough for a Spidey segment?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You seem like, the kind of guy who may run out of steam real quick talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's the long and the short of it.
Yeah, and thanks for sticking around. But we're not gonna just end on that.
Right.
We gotta talk about 3 years, man. 3 years in the making.
3 of them.
3 whole years. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna replay every episode right now.
And go.
It's 170 hours of just fucking.
Oh no! Well, I think that YouTube has a size limit. I don't think they have a length limit.
That's what she said.
So I think you can upload like 128 gigs or something.
Damn. I'll tell you right now, this is a lot more than that.
Well, so if we compress it down enough, it'll be
480p. Let's go.
It's gonna be. We're gonna roll every episode. It's gonna be. It's gonna sound like we're underwater.
Yeah, pretty much. But Chris,
Jordan,
you want to take the reins? How you want to go? You want to talk about the past, or are you just gonna stick in the present, my man?
I want to talk about our evolution.
We're a bit of an evolver,
right?
Yeah.
Because I think, as you were saying, the idea we had, or the way we presented ourselves and things in like the tens and teens of episodes, right?
Right.
Is vastly different than how we would present ourselves in an episode now.
Yeah, and not even just down to like our comfort level either. Like that obviously changed too. You get more natural about it.
Right.
But also literally just our presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, like we went from a table in the basement with a mixer on it and 2 chairs facing each other.
Yeah.
Doing a show. And then we evolved to a couch
and a nightstand.
And a nightstand. And we evolved to a whole room. Well, this is half a room. There's another half of a room on this side of the wall.
Right, but a dedicated space nonetheless.
A dedicated space with a nightstand, which was my nightstand for a long time. It was I used it. It was in my bedroom for a long time. And then I'm like, man, I don't need this thing. So then I ended up using it over here, and it was okay. And then we got a whole table now. A nice table that I built with my own 2 dang hands.
Yeah.
And my dad built with his 2 dang hands.
His 3 dang hands.
I don't know where the third one comes in.
Yeah. There's all the radiation, all the lead paint.
He's in that generation of, the lead.
Yeah. If I could grow a 3rd hand. No wonder why he's so damn good at building shit.
But now, we got our own table. We got a new mixer. We got, a cloth. We had that before, but...
Yeah.
We got
same
lights.
shitty mic arms, but yeah.
Same. These things are dick. These things are terrible.
Yeah. I think most importantly, though, I forgot about that. The lights. The lights was a big one.
The lights is pretty
substantial.
Granted, we added these kind of out of necessity.
Yeah.
Because the cameras that we had bought suck.
So bad that they're not used after like 10 episodes of using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Rip.
I think we've just gotten more more bombastic over time, and I really do like that.
Yeah, I think so. A little more bombastic, a couple more we kind of did we started to test things around with different ideas in a very, very alpha form. With segments. We've had quote unquote segments in the past, but we've never really announced them as segments. There was the whole Godzilla versus Kong thing with you and Alex. That's a classic moment that is in essence a segment. But we've always had that idea in the back of the mind, and I think that is actually the next logical evolution.
Oh, definitely. And we had discussed this idea of doing segments before. Yeah.
Originally just starting them out of the blue. Let's just do segments. But then this kind of 2.0 idea came around as a way to not only, just do segments, but give us time to do good segments and not half-ass it. So
exactly, and make it so that we don't have, moments like we've been having where, we come in and we sit down and we're where I sit down, I'm like, Jordan, I really don't want to do this right now. And Jordan being like, I'm so glad you said that. I don't really want to do this either.
Nothing will ever beat the day. I think the big, kind of wake-up call was the day that we were like, all right, I got some notes on there. And you were like, dude, I didn't put anything. I said, I put a bunch of stuff. Don't worry. And you opened up the notes segment, and there was one line. And I was like, I looked at it. I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't. So then that whole episode was just ad-libbed. It was off the top of your head.
You can see the evolution of how we had relied less and less on notes over time. Yeah. And it went from we don't rely on the notes to at a certain point, I don't care enough to put notes down.
Yeah, no, it's 100% correct. Originally, we need notes, we need to stay on topic. Then we got good enough at staying on topic and being a little more cohesive, where we're like, we'll use them as a reminder. And now we just don't use them.
Yeah, and, if we can stick to a topic for a segment, notes, or a scripted piece or something.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. No, 100%. And, Chris, there's something I would say. Let's break this down, right? We have the podcast.
Yes.
And then we've made shorts a couple times. Yes. And then we've made IRL videos. What is your favorite piece of sort of content we've made? Not necessarily your favorite that you think it came out the best, but what was your favorite to make?
The favorite that we made?
Yeah. That actually got released. None of the scrap shit.
Oh, the favorite thing that we actually made and released in the process of creating it is definitely, I would say, a tie between Monterey and the Christmas video was a ton of fun.
Yeah, the original one.
No, that I was talking about this last year's one, but that one was a ton of fun. But the first Christmas special we did was a ton of fun.
Yeah,
we had a lot of fun doing that.
I would say the IRL content's always been a staple in my mind of some of our best stuff in a way.
Right.
It's never really lived up to the vision, but that just is what it is. It's always just been the funnest to make, though, even if it can be the most stressful. So I think I'm between the very, very first Christmas video and, believe it or not, weirdly enough, this last year's Halloween short that we made. Just because of, I have a fond memory about it. Not because the content was the best, because we both kind of agreed it was kind of half-ass rushed.
The lore.
But dude,
and we
have
that
one video.
We actually have a souvenir from it.
We do. Grab it. Yeah. We do have a souvenir.
We have the rock.
That's the
Halloween 10/21/22. That's when we filmed this.
Yeah.
And our initials are here.
I'll blur them.
This is the ones where we the rock that Jordan beat me to death with. There's fake blood on it still.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, bunch of fake blood.
Little rocky there.
Yeah, that video, I think for me, it's the memories made around it and the things that came out of it. Because if you think about it, Chris, that one stupid little Halloween thing, right? Fucking Spider Hog came out of that.
Fucking Spider Hog.
Yeah. Fucking Spider Hog started because of that damn video. Because I showed up in a fucking Spider-Man costume.
Yeah.
Like, just, that's gonna go down like a fucking innovator, like the same sort of vibe. And also, it was just fun to make because it was just Chris and I. It's gonna sound real weird for a minute. It was just Chris and I.
Oiled up.
In the middle of the night, like 10 to midnight, on this fucking trail in the woods with these lights running off batteries, our phone, and then some props.
The batteries, which, mind you, don't click into the lights. They just sit there.
And they fall every 2 seconds.
And if you bump them, they fall out of the light.
So, it was just us there. We're filming this video, and it was like one of the first times where we actually did like takes. We had multiple takes, multiple angles, multiple attempts, like plotting this thing out, planning cutaways. Like we talked about stuff that would be in post-production while making it. Right. So like it was kind of like our first real foray as like really trying to create a video, like truly trying to think it through in and out after all the practice we had. Because like in Monterey, we had a huge plan, and then once we got there, we kind of just like, we're just going to do a thing. Shit hit the fan, we panicked, we kind of made some mid-level content. But like this was like us working full synergy, full steam ahead. Like we had a plan, we knew what we wanted. Did it come out exactly like we planned? No, nothing ever does. It never will. Even if we had the budget, there's always going to be something we feel like we can improve. But like that, the physical making of the content, walking around the woods with these big fuck-off lights shining everywhere, setting up lights at different brightnesses, because we needed lights for the camera to pick up the video, but we also wanted it to seem like we're out at night. So like tinkering with that, getting a little creative with that, and how we angle light and how we show things. And
we were changing the color settings. Like my leg cramped there. Changing color settings on the lights and brightness. There was a shot that we did of which I think turned out really well, was of the shot of Jordan right after I got killed. Yes. Where we got the light, we turned it all the way to warm, and we got it real dim, so we get a good
like accent
kind
light,
of gross light.
Yeah.
I think it turned
out.
And
it had enough like contrast with the background that it almost looks like there's like a little bit of woods behind me, and then it's just darkness. So it really embodies like the tone we wanted for that.
It was a lot of fun.
I really liked that one. And then also just the memories outside of that, like Chris and I driving up there and shooting the shit, and then the fucking deer story we told last time, like just, little memories like that were pretty cool. Getting home at midnight and being like, fuck, we just filmed this whole damn thing, like, and then getting to edit it and talk about it.
And of course, Spider Hog.
Spider Hog was definitely the highlight,
or Jordan changing into the Spider-Man costume, and just like he changed into the costume in my bathroom, and then he left his clothes there, and he went, "That's probably bad."
Yeah, I was like, man.
He brought him in here.
I was like, man, if Chris's dad just
comes down for some reason and just sees all of Jordan's clothes,
my entire outfit,
on the floor,
shoes,
and us behind closed doors. He's gonna go
with alcohol.
Yeah. He's gonna go, I was right about these guys.
He's gonna come out here. He's gonna block the door, light a match, and drop it. And just leave.
He would have been like, you know what? Good for them.
Yeah, probably. It's like fuck.
Every time a topic like that comes up, like not this specific topic of Jordan and I always appearing gay, not that topic, but of like gay marriage or gay rights in general. My dad is like, I'm too old to give a fuck. I don't do whatever you're gonna do. I care about me and me only.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. How it should be. Like, fuck. Man, but yeah, I think the IRL content's always been like a positive thing in my mind. Like even like looking back at Monterey, like sure it was stressful, things didn't go as planned. It was still a really good time with the boys, though.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
And it sparked our, a trip that we want to take in the future too. So.
Right. Yeah. We're
So.
a couple of filmmakers, a couple of content creators.
Yeah. Yeah, I also think like, it doesn't necessarily fit our vibe, but I feel like just more like exploratory content could be cool too. Like if we do take a trip somewhere, just like a little short video of like
experimental.
I hesitate to use the word vlog, but like if we were to take a trip, right? We could do a little fun shit with that, go to like a fucking carnival or some stupid shit.
Hey guys, it's Chris and Jordan here.
Where?
Today we're gonna be going on a vlog to see a fucking beheading.
And then we set up our phone to film us, and someone walks in front, and we behead them on camera.
Someone walks into the shot, hard cut to us in the desert, standing behind this person with a bag over their head. We're standing there with AK-47s. It looks like an ISIS beheading.
Oh my fucking god.
hard cut to that.
And then hard cut back to the carnival. We're back at the carnival riding bumper cars, like, yeah, woo!
Haircut with an incredibly realistic beheading.
That's because it is real. But yeah, that's some of my favorite content. So you're between the Christmas video and Monterey. I really liked the Christmas video, the version 1. Version 1 was a good time. It was our first time doing like a special, really. And it was good.
The Monterey experience was good. The Monterey video was a fucking bear. And there are so many things. Hey, listen, this is a good thing because it's a learning experience. Because if you don't fuck up, you don't learn. So there's a whole lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas with that one.
So many.
We're like, yeah, I would have done this, or we should have done this, or maybe we could have done this too. Well, you know, we know for next time though.
That's the way I look at it. Is we have that one video, which we won't say what it is, but the one we've always talked about doing that like is pretty high concept like that.
Oh my god!
And we know, like, I'm so down to do that video. I don't know if you're purely satirical, but I'm down to do that someday.
No, we should do it. It's fun.
And that is one of those things where right after Monterey, we talked about that video, and Chris and I both were like, listen, if we're gonna do this one's gonna be done right, because it's not only is it like kind of comedy gold in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Or can be, but we have to execute on it. But it's also kind of a lengthy, difficult, expensive trip.
If we make this video, you will know which video it is we're talking about when you see it.
Yeah.
Because conceptually, it is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
We have to make this eventually.
100%. So, I look at Monterey as like, Monterey was... let us walk so we could run for this next video. Like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be, because we gotta, make sure that one's fucking gold. And there might be ones in between. I'm sure there will be. So
you know what I consistently forget about? The main video that I put in the vault.
I was gonna reference that just now and say that was another banger to make, and I had a good time. I don't know what there is substance wise, but like
I don't know either. I haven't looked at that footage in like a year.
You know what we should do? If we get everything done that we wanted to do for this upcoming break, we should just take one of the weekends and just fucking look at that video and see, like, what is there even here?
Yeah, we should put it together.
Yeah, because that was a good trip. That was another fun one. That was a good fun one. That's why I referenced only content we released, because no one watching knows much about that trip. Right. But, like, there's some good moments in there. There's the short that was released by me about you flipping out.
Oh, me in traffic?
Yeah. That's, like... top 10.
I was so fucking mad.
Yeah,
I actually discussed a moment from that exact night the other day when I was talking to one of our friends. We were talking about how like some of these restaurants have like all kinds of fucking audacity to like charge what they charge for certain things. Remember the bar we went to? That's where we were driving to when I was pissed off. Mm-hmm. The bar we went to, I got these sliders on the menu, and it was two sliders,
smaller than that rock,
like little guys, White Castle kind of sliders, on a piece like a piece of slate, like stone, like you would put for a patio. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to make a scene here. I don't know if I even said this to you, Jordan. I was like, I don't want to make a scene. I was thinking about this. I don't want to make a scene or, like, be a dick, but I am fucking furious about this.
Really?
I was so... Because it was, like, $18, too. And there was no fries. Didn't include a bev. I had to buy everything else separate. I was like, I want fries for this because I'm still fucking hungry.
Yeah. Didn't you end up ordering fries?
And I ordered fries, and they were like $7. It wasn't even a lot of fries.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
I think I got the pulled pork sandwich, too, and that was, like, kind of small.
I was so mad about that, and I was like... But I kept my head held high, because I was like, you know what? I'm hanging out here with my pal Jordan. we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna go back to the hotel room, do the podcast, and get blackout drunk.
It's all gonna be worth it.
It's all gonna be worth it. I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Jordan's gonna saturate the audio the whole time by crunching popcorn into the microphone. You're like, I'll just cut the audio, and the whole audio is crunching fucking cheese corn.
My favorite part about that is being so drunk and eating these and just going, "Hey, Chris, probably shouldn't eat these over the microphone."
and
then I continued to do it.
Eating them into the microphone.
And then I continued to do it.
Crunching on fucking popcorners, dude.
Yeah, there's so many just good times that came out of that's such a banger memory. Just so fucking funny. One of my favorites is the other day when you don't probably know this as the audience, except for if you know me. I got a new phone. I don't have the Flip anymore. I have the S23 Ultra, and that's what this is being filmed on. But when I was transferring stuff over, I'm going through my videos, and I just find this really fucking dark video. Like, I can barely see anything. I click on it, and I notice I'm walking on the sidewalk, and then it pans up, and it's, wait. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
We should release that as a short.
We should, yeah.
Wait.
And,
wait.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, what a good time. We were walking. I remember that exact walk, because we took fucking left out of the bar, went to the sign, fucked around with the sign. The people showed up behind us.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there, wait. As they're right behind us. And then there was that, as we walked across the street, there was like that gaggle of women that just like came walking like a platoon just towards us. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, so many motherfuckers in one pile.
Yeah, it was weird. I think the people behind us that saw us going, wait, they like breezed past us.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't want to be around these fucking guys.
Yeah, they fucking breezed past us. Yeah. Then there's just little funny things there. Like, I remember Chris parking in the parking lot that we were walking to. I remember pulling forward, and then you just hear, ding, and he goes, I think I just hit the sign.
Oh, yeah, there was a guardrail, and I bumped the guardrail. I pulled up too close.
And then he bats up, he looks at his plate, he goes, I hit the license plate. He goes, that's what they're there for.
Yeah, it's like,
little love tap.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Yeah. I heard it, but it didn't sound... Because I don't know if you've ever heard car accidents and cars hitting things.
Very loud.
Are fucking loud. I could hear it, but just barely. It was
eh. Yeah.
Eh. That was the noise.
Yeah. You hit it, went, ooh.
That's such a nasty noise.
Yeah. Pretty much, but I love Maine. I really do. It was a good time. I still think top 10 moments is me falling out of frame at the end of the episode. Like, not even like, hey, we're making a funny content. Like, I just unironically fell.
Like, have you stood up? No, actually. And I stand up and it triggers my hiccup reflex. I hiccup and Jordan falls right out of frame.
Yeah. The only thing that would make that clip better, because I remember I fell and I like caught the bed. The only thing that would make that better is if you just heard boom boom as I hit the ground. If it was like hardwood flooring, that would have been really funny. Yeah, because Jordan, he gets some liquor in him and he just starts stumbling. He just starts falling. Yeah. A bit of a stambler. Guy just takes a tumble. Yeah. Like, yeah, I fucking start doing rolls on the ground, start fucking flipping. Like, yeah. I'm a bit of a tumbly boy. This guy takes 2 shots. I look over, he's doing fucking somersaults. I'm in like a gymnast uniform. I got like a pole out there, fucking. I'm spinning around it like a stripper. Let's go. He fucking immediately takes a tumble down the stairs, breaks his neck in 14 places. Just stand up with my neck completely turned. Like, hey, I'm good. Stand up. Your head looks like an owl backwards. You go. Yeah. All right, that's better. Hey, you gotta give me credit though. Last time I was here and I was super drunk, Engineer Boy tried to help me down the stairs. I was like, bro, I got this. I did that shit with my eyes closed. I ran down the stairs. Well, yeah, Jordan. Well, because I said Jordan knows his house pretty much as well as I do. Yeah, pretty. I'm like, Chris, you know that squeaky floorboard about 12 inches from the door to the left? He's like, huh? I'm like, yeah, check this out. Yeah, Jordan knows this place very well. He's here all the time. We can't fucking get rid of this guy. I tried. I tried to leave. He keeps making me come back for this goddamn show. This guy. Just fucking boom, bash him with the rock. Yeah, I would like to do more IRL content, like, and like that's kind of what the focus has been with that. And even if it is like
I will stay up a night in some hotel or something. We'll go scope out the area, see what's there, what there is to see.
Yeah, I just feel like it's fun. So it's good. It's just you travel.
Yeah,
you
we
see
should
things.
we should set up like a project fund or something, and we just like put money in every month or something. Or it's like this is the project fund, so when we have something that we want to make, we have that money for it.
Yeah, could do something like that.
So
whatever it is, like $100 a month or something, or a little more, whatever it is, whatever it do, and and then do something. Be cool.
Yeah,
I just think I think back to the 3 years, and the best parts have been the IRL content, and not like the fucking swapping headlights or radios. Those have had their highlights too. Those are pretty funny. We also just timed those all really shitty in the middle of winter.
Yeah, all the stuff we did outside, we did in the middle of winter, like when it was the coldest.
And I know for some people, right, they might be like, winter? What's winter? I'm in fucking California. We're in New England. Okay?
Yeah.
It was 90 yesterday, and now it's 70. Okay? In the winter, it's either going to be 90 or it's going to be 2. There's no in between.
Yeah, this past winter was pretty bad. Or pretty bad in terms of like it was warm the whole time. It was like 50 all winter.
Yeah.
Right now it's 82, feels like 89.
Yeah, very humid today. So actually it's hotter than I thought.
Very, very humid. Humidity's we're looking at a solid 79% humidity.
Fuck.
Which is nice.
It sounds nice, yeah.
So the summers are hot and humid, and the winters are cold and dry.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so we talked about your favorite thing you made. That's not really going to talk about, like, least favorite, because there's so many episodes, it's hard to pick. Least favorite IRL content would probably have to be, for me, probably, like, the headlights.
Yeah, that one was just forgettable.
Yeah.
That was just us, we were just angry.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good time.
Yeah, it just wasn't, yeah. I think you cut it together pretty well. So, like, content-wise, it's like, oh, yeah, it's interesting. But, like, yeah, it was just forgettable.
Yeah, we just didn't have a very good time, though, as well.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Making it.
Like, I look back at Monterey, and while I would say that was probably our biggest, like, flop in terms of scope and what we wanted to what we got, it was still just a great time, though. Like, I still look back and go, like, dude, making some dogs on the drill, that was a good time. And, like, the fucking skits we did and stuff.
Or the hard cut to Jordan, after we made these hot dogs. And he's just got this fucking... He's got the camera, and he's got this fucking wiener. He's just going... and you go, why is everyone looking at me? Because you had announced before you started recording, you went, I'm going to do a bit. And you turn on the camera, and you just started eating this hot dog. And we're like, we're waiting for the bit.
I wasn't even drunk.
And then Alex saved the bit with the fucking pretzel thing that he did.
Yeah.
I'm going to... Wait, no, come back. He's just fucking pretzel.
Yep. Yeah. There's some good highlights. I look fondly at that.
Yeah, there was definitely the most fun we've had making stuff. The podcast episodes that came out of that were fucking incomprehensible. There was not a goddamn piece of information in either of those two episodes.
What's funny is at the time I was like, dude, these episodes are fucking bangers.
We talked about the Steam Deck. We talked about how there's...
That's right, I had just gotten the Steam Deck.
We talked about the Steam Deck for like the entire hour. And we did nothing else.
I think the greatest thing, the real fucking wake up call for me was we did that video, or those podcasts, I mean. And we were like, dude, these are fucking bangers. And then we went to work, and the guy who's currently our boss, he was like, hey.
These fucking suck.
He goes, I'm going to be honest with you, bud. He's like, you ever been around drunk people while you're sober? I was like, not really. I've really only drank once with Chris and Alex, and we were all of us were drunk. And he's like, it's not fun. And I'm like, I'm curious as to like, what he's getting at. And he goes, these last 2 episodes, they really weren't fun.
No,
I was like, oh, man.
Incomprehensible.
I was like, oh, okay.
But the ones we had in Maine, I think, were way more coherent.
Well, I think it was funny because there was this sort of stark contrast at one point between you and I, where like you were very clearly trying so hard to keep it together, and I was just over there like, Sylvester Stallone. Like fucking, I'm out of my gourd, dude. Just
Well, yeah, I was handling myself.
like I remember I remember there's a clip in there somewhere where you're like, you go to pour a drink, you go, wait a minute, and then you do like 2 hands to pour it. You go, there we go, and you're like doing all this stuff carefully, and I'm over there like I'm just pouring rum, like talking, like yeah, you know.
Jordan, I remember there's a dad moment in that where Jordan's like, I think of the second episode that we did. He's like, I need some more of this, and he goes to pour another drink, and I go, no, I don't think you do. I
think I remember going, yeah, I guess I don't. Then I started eating popcorners.
It's just stuffing fucking popcorners into his mouth.
Dude, I ate the whole bag pretty much. Although I will say that same trip did get you addicted to Cheetos popcorn for a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I have since kicked the Cheetos popcorn, though.
As have I. Well, I'm a bit more sophisticated now. I'm onto the Fritos.
I got my 90-day chip from the Cheetos Popcorn Anonymous.
Sure, I'm at 85 days. I'm almost there.
Hey, just keep working, you know.
I might lapse now that we're talking about it, though. Dude, you see me, I fucking spin tires, getting out of here, like, you chase me down? You're chasing me through Walmart?
And I run through the Walmart, and I tackle you, take the Cheetos popcorn out of your hand.
You go to the chip aisle, I'm in the middle of the aisle, sitting on the floor, surrounded by popcorn. I open, and I'm just like...
I tackle you, and you turn around, your face is fucking orange.
Fucking orange. Oh, shit. But, yeah.
We've had some good times.
And we're hopefully on to greater times.
But, you know what was a, good time?
Was a good time?
We're talking about good times in the past.
Yeah.
What about good times in the present, Jordan? The present is a gift. That's why they call it the present.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I just start blow drying my hair. This is pissing me off.
I can see you're just like,
Well, I'm trying to get rid of it, like, out of my eyes, but it's wet, so it's falling down. And I showered, 2.5 fucking hours ago.
That makes sense.
I just start blow drying my hair.
Chris is like, you know what? Fuck the present now.
I'm gonna enter my queen era. I'm gonna start straightening out my hair. I'm gonna look great.
Yeah.
So Jordan, what have you been up to?
I was gonna ask you the same thing, fucker.
Well, you know what I've been up to then?
Drinking Gatorade, apparently.
Ugh, get electrolytes. I've been playing, right? Speaking of relapsing, I've been playing some 7 Days to Die.
Oh, shit. Did that update come out?
So update Alpha 21 came out.
There you go.
And I had to talk about it, right? Because before it came out, I was pretty harsh in my coverage.
Roll the clip. Yeah, no, you were pretty mad
where
about
I
it.
said, this is fucking stupid. For the long and the short, the TLDR here, they changed the skill system so that to unlock recipes, you have to find magazines, and you find generic magazines for certain skills, and that's how you level up your, your things now. But it's not what I thought it was. So it's only for recipes now. And the underlying skill system is still there. And it influences what magazines you get. And you still have the damage perks or the whatever perks from the skills.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't unlock recipes. Mm. And the magazines are very, very abundant.
Are they? Yeah.
So, if you have, vehicles, like if you're spec'ing a grease monkey, and you find there's 100 magazines you have to find to unlock all the things. So that's fucking bicycle, mini bike, motorcycle, 4x4, and the helicopter, right? That's 100 magazines. You find 100 magazines, and they're removed from the loot table. So all the other magazines get more common by
just
proxy.
By narrowing it down, yeah.
So you find so many magazines. So many. Okay? So it's fine. I don't mind that. I actually quite like that because I think it fits the play style they want for the game. I think.
For now.
Yeah, until they decide, actually, we don't want to focus on raiding and looting anymore. We're actually gonna make it. We're actually gonna make it a home building simulator where you have to cook and clean and raise children. That's what the next update's gonna be.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
I'll say this though: if the next update isn't bandits, what the fuck are you doing? You have been teasing bandits for the last 10 fucking years this game's been on Steam.
Yeah, so there's no bandits at all in the
No,
game?
it's just zombies. And the only NPCs you find, the human NPCs, are the traders. So, they said bandits are like probably in the next update, and then they're going to be polishing everything else out for a full release. So I've heard.
Hopefully.
But the other major change for Alpha 21, 7 Days to Die, was the water system.
Oh, that's right.
You can no longer collect water from lakes and put it in jars and then boil it to get boiled water.
Yeah.
You have to get a dew collector, or they still have murky water, but you have to find it.
Already
and then
made.
you need a pot, and then you can boil it. So that's another way to get water. But all the traders have water. I thought I was going to hate this. I really don't.
It's still a little weird for immersion purposes.
It's still a little annoying. The traders all have water, though, and it's pretty cheap. The dew collectors aren't terrible to build. Let's see. The vending machines are plentiful.
Do you find murky water pretty often or no?
And you find murky water fairly often. And you can also just roll the dice with murky water. And you have a 12% chance of dysentery. Which I'm not even sure what that effect does. Because I was playing last night and I ate some old sham sandwiches. And I drank some murky water. And I got the dysentery effect. And I don't recall it even doing anything. So
that's weird. They just forgot to turn on the debuff.
Maybe. I'll look it up later, but who fucking knows. What they also have done is they've revamped like damage and stuff, so status effects just compound on now, like way easier than they used to. So you could get hit a few times in like up until Alpha 20, you could get hit a few times and then you would get like a deep laceration or a bleeding effect or something. And to get like a broken leg or something, you would have to fall from a considerable height. Now, what happens is you get hit by a zombie like twice, you get a deep laceration, you start bleeding, you get hit again, you get a concussion, your arm breaks. It's a whole fucking thing.
You're just getting fucking your ass kicked.
Yeah,
dude.
you get fucked up in this game. The zombies fuck your shit up. They are not kind.
Yeah, Jesus.
Which is good because I don't think they were nearly enough of a threat in the last...
They were just cannon fodder.
Up until now. Like, for the first few days, like, they are a threat for the first few days. But after that, and you get, like, a pretty cohesive base together, and you get some weapons, some weaponry built, they're not really that much of a threat unless we're talking about like the ferals or like on a horde night where it's they're all sprinting at your base and you have to defend yourself.
Yep.
That's obviously when they become more of a problem.
Right I feel like as outside looking in, you know what I feel like that game could use too, especially once they flesh it out? It makes me think of State of Decay with hordes, where you have all your characters that you can play as, and they do passive things. So they'll fight zombies passively and stuff if you're not actively playing them. I feel like for the base building mechanic, you should be able to like recruit a community someday. That way you can have a community and have almost like an ecosystem where there's people to defend your base. Because it seems like a little like weird to be like a solo guy in a base and then like defending all fronts, right? So
yeah, they've kind of teased it, that sort of thing, because they've teased like factions. And like you have this faction and that faction, but they haven't really explained any of it.
And what it really means.
Yeah, and there's like this, when you spawn in for the first time on a new save, you get a book or a note that says it's a letter from the Duke of Navezgane, but this character is never discussed any further, other than the fact that the currency in the game is Duke's casino tokens. So presumably it was the guy. Be some sort of, he's the guy with the tokens.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like this mob boss kind of figure.
I'm guessing towards full release, he's probably going to be like a faction leader.
If that's the case, I don't know what the faction system is going to look like. If you an ally with a faction, or you can go to war with a faction and just be like, hey, guy with the money, bam, blow his fucking head off.
That'd be kind of cool.
Call it a day. So who knows? Who knows? I did a little convincing, right? Because every person who takes on this game, who talks about it, who hasn't like been in the fold for as long as I have, every time they're like, "Oh, I tried 7 Days to Die and it was fucking shit." Like, you just listen. You're entitled to that opinion, but like, maybe you just don't get it, right? I'm like, am I the fucking idiot who plays idiot games? And then I was talking about 7 Days to Die at work, and with Alex and our engineer boy, and I was talking about it, and engineer boy goes, "Yeah, we never started a save. You said you wanted to play multiplayer." And I go, "Yeah, it doesn't seem like anyone wants to play though." And he goes, "I'll play." All right.
He's usually down for like anything. Yeah.
Like, all right, done. And then Alex by proxy is like, "I guess
if you're all gonna play."
So we're playing this fucking game, and we're off to a little bit of a rough start. And then we get in, we're playing like an hour in, and then I ask like, "So, you having a good time?" And engineer boy goes, "Yeah, it's actually a good time. Everyone kind of is having a decent time." And Alex goes, No, I'm not really." He goes, "It's fun being with you guys, but it's not like this game sucks." The game sucks, yeah. And then, I asked again at the end of the night. "Did you have a good time?" He goes, "Yeah, I guess." So you just gotta have someone, because it is
have like goddamn faith.
Because it is, from what it looks like, you would think it's a rather simple game, but it's actually remarkably complicated. There's a lot of systems and things at play.
Yeah,
as I am hard on the game, I'm tough on this game like a dad is tough on his son.
You want it to be the best it can be.
Like, you gotta be, you ain't got no sense, boy. You're fucking up.
Yeah.
And then by that, it's a lesson. You got to be tough on it, or else, the people who make the fucking thing aren't gonna learn. Just like how if you're not tough on your kids a little bit, don't be too tough on them.
Yeah.
Don't hit them or anything. You're not tough on them. They're gonna grow up with no sense.
Yeah.
And it's because I love the game that I'm very, very tough on it. And I'm the same with Payday. I love that game a lot too, but I'm very tough on the game, and especially when I was really big into playing it in like 2016, 2015 kind of era, I was very, very tough on that game.
Right.
So,
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
We'll see what the future brings. Love. Yeah, I'm very hopeful for the next updates. I kind of hope they keep this sort of system that they have now. Maybe adjust the water thing a little bit.
I still think you should be able to collect it.
As much as it isn't as annoying as I thought it would be, it's still really fucking annoying.
Yeah. It's also just immersion breaking. That's just weird.
At the very least, add like a rain collection system or something, because it rains all the time.
Yeah.
So just add like rain collection or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I guess
that's my thoughts on the matter.
I guess to round it out, I'll just mention Telltale worked on part of that game on 7 Days to Die. They had like a hand in there at some point.
I didn't know that.
At least to my knowledge, I'll fact check that, but to my knowledge, they had a little hand in there. And they obviously had their issues. They went under, so to speak, and they're back. Right? So they actually just released their new game 2 days ago. The Expanse.
8 days to die.
7.5. Okay, 1 week to die instead of 7 days. But yeah, they released their new Telltale game, The Expanse. And so far it's super cool. It was a little weird because you've played Telltale games before, right?
I'm familiar.
You know how the first episode's usually the longest episode. Maybe the first and the last, but usually the first the longest. And it usually has a lot to it. And then it drops you and it says, like, hey, come back for episode 2. Right. And then the other episodes are a little shorter and a little more concise. This game, maybe I played it for longer than I thought. Maybe it was like 2 hours. But like what happened in it set up like a mystery for the game. But like, considering what the description of the game says it's going to cover, I'm like, man, I feel like they should have dabbled in like a little bit more. But it was a very cool episode.
Yeah, do a little dabbling.
Yeah, it was a very cool episode. And they switched up their gameplay style. It's no longer point and click. You are third person, over-the-shoulder camera. You have free reign of everything. In this game specifically, because it's based off the show The Expanse, it's in space, you can fly. So you hit space on your keyboard, and you get in your jet suit, and you start flying around. And you have, like, total control and zero gravity. Like, it's fucking sick. You can do so much cool shit. The graphics are, like, kind of awesome. The animation's still a little Telltale-y. You can tell. You can tell it's not mocap.
You can tell.
It's probably... There's a Telltale sign to the Telltale.
Yeah, like the Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe is more like it.
Damn, he's dead. You're gonna talk about
fuck
him
him.
like that?
Fuck him. My podcast I listen to, the horror stories they're doing this season about Edgar Allan Poe, so that's great. I've never been less interested in it, but anyway.
Edgar Allan Poe. The only thing you need to know: tuberculosis. Guy loved to drink, and he also married his 12-year-old cousin. So
yeah.
Tells you all you... And listen,
Telltale.
People are going to say, sign of the times. It was the 1800s. It's still fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay? Still weird.
Yeah. But, yeah, their game's good. There's just one thing that threw me off about the Expanse game. This is obviously based off a show that's super popular. And, they didn't give any introduction to that universe. They just kind of plop you in there. And,
yeah, I think the Walking Dead ones, like, they really kind of led into this universe, like... It starts from, like, day one of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And shit like that.
This starts in the middle of the universe with all these different terms and stuff that you don't necessarily understand. You can figure them out. But one thing I wasn't really able to figure out too well is there's, like, almost like this built-in racism in the game between people called Earthers, who are born on Earth, and Belters, people who are born on the belts of the stars. And they hate each other, and they use words they made up to talk about each other.
What kind of words?
And I don't even remember, like, some of the words, because they're just, like, Padashong, like, they call them Padashons and stuff like that, like, it's weird. But then they use other words, like, when they were talking about their bosses, instead of saying boss man, they say boss mang. And it's just, like, it threw me off, like, hardcore for a while, until I was like, oh, wait a minute, they said she's a belter, she doesn't like that person because they're an earther, and she's the only one using these words. It must be slang. And then she says it at one point, and the earther goes, I don't understand belter. So it's their own sort of language. So it kind of feeds it to you, but it doesn't do it right away. And it's fucking jarring as shit.
I will say, very cool world building aspect to have, like, this beef between people on Earth and people in the fucking belt or whatever. And then, because it's a breakaway civilization, they have their own slang, they have their own sort of language. That's really fucking cool.
It's sick, yeah.
They have their own sort of, like, you know, pidgin language, or like a patois kind of thing, like a Creole.
Yeah, because they'll use straight up just regular English, and then they'll just throw a word in there. You know, like, it'll be like, yeah, how you doing, boss man? Oh, yeah, so anyway, I was hanging out with that fucking Padashang over there. Like, it's just, like, random words. It's kind of interesting.
Interesting.
So, it's pretty cool, but I definitely recommend the game, although I am kind of sad. I thought they were releasing the full game as episodic, just like all their other ones. So episode 1 came out. The next one comes out like August 4th. The next one's like the 21st.
Hugest, like, one of the most damning criticisms of Telltale games is, like, the episodic nature of it just kind of sucked.
It's cool. It's definitely like a neat gimmick, but like...
Although, I remember being around for all the episodes of Life is Strange, not a Telltale game, but same idea. And I remember the hype I would have when the new episode would come out.
Yeah. 100%.
I remember that.
I like it. Like, it's cool.
You know.
What I didn't like is old Telltale games, I think, used to get a lot of flack because, like, this one came out July 27th. The next one's, like, August 3rd. Then it's, like, August 12th or something. So it's, like, a week apart or 2 weeks apart. But old Telltale games like The Walking Dead were, like, over the course of, like, a year and a half. Like, it was, like, 4 months in between episodes sometimes.
Right.
And that's, like, even more, like, ugh, what the fuck, you know? So, I don't know. If they can stick to their release schedule, like, I think it's a neat thing to do, especially because this game is based off a TV show. So it's kind of neat. But, like, you know, it's not the greatest when you pay $40 for a game and you play 2 hours and then it rolls credits and you have to wait 2 weeks, you know? It's kind of a little like, ugh.
Yeah.
And you can wait. Like, yeah, I could wait till September 3rd. I think that's when the last episode comes out, or September 1st. And I could just do that. But, like, I don't know.
What they should have would be really cool would be like, this game is coming on this date, and the last episode's coming on this date. So they know, like, first episode, July 27th. But full release is September 3rd or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Well, this is the one game they did it with, I think, because of that criticism. They did do that. Right before release, they said, hey, this game comes out, episode 1, here's episode 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then there's a DLC episode that's to be confirmed.
So the other like damning criticism that was of Telltale games is the fact that a lot of times the choices didn't really matter, where it was, oh, you made this choice and this character got killed, but you know, all that means is instead of this character delivering these lines, this other character delivers these lines.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 100%. And this game, like the big choice you make in it, at the end of the episode, I thought about it. I'm like, man, it seems like a big choice to make. Like, it's not like it is at the end of the day, it's a character getting killed, but it's like they're a very important character, and it's between ejecting them into space or letting them stay trapped in the brig on your ship. So I'm like, I could see like that might actually be an important decision, because if you kill off this character, they're dead. But like you're trying to kill them for a reason, that they betrayed you. So now they have another opportunity to betray you. So I could see that coming like kind of somewhat important. So I'm hoping the choices make matter a little more in this one. Like even in this first episode, you get to choose a guy gets pinned down behind like a vault, and you can either cut his leg off or vault the vault out of the ship, and you lose out on like the loot or whatever. So like, I wonder what would happen if you cut his leg off, right? Like, would he now be maimed for a later episode and have problems helping you or something? Like, I don't know.
Fair.
So I hope they do have more impact.
Although, big vault crushing your leg, you probably would lose that leg anyway.
That was the only thing that was jarring, is it was like pinning his leg against a wall, and like they very clearly could see his leg bent in a weird way, and then he was fine. He was just walking on it after. I was like, that's a little weird.
He stands up and walks away and goes, ah!
All right, I'm good.
Fuck! Straightens it back out, and he goes, all right.
Chilling.
Back at it.
Back to the old grind. But, cool game. Check it out. I've been playing that. And, just to finish out, I officially moved, so. Out of the old apartment. I still have the keys and stuff, but, good news. We were hesitant about this move in general, because we were like, big lifestyle change. And, one of the last days we were moving stuff, my landlord called and was like, I'm selling the building anyway. So, we just got a head start, basically.
It probably would have been unaffordable for you to live there after that anyway, so.
Yeah, so it worked out. So we're chilling.
Nice.
Got my computer set up now. That's what I've been playing the Expanse on. Playing it on the old PC.
You've been playing it on the pewter?
The pewter, dude.
The fucking pewter?
Also, no one liked my joke. I sent a message in the group chat yesterday for our boss and stuff of my computer screen. And I said, in old man voice, and I put, I haven't seen this power in 8,000 years. Because I was playing on the computer. And all he replied was just like, are you flexing that you're playing on your computer? I was like, no, I was making a joke, but okay, sorry. Like, my bad.
He's not sitting in the same room as his computer and playing on the deck.
Yeah, I guess I'll just fucking kill myself. Like, whatever. The only person who liked it was Bud Light Boy. He was like, fuck yeah! Like, he sent like a gif of buff SpongeBob. He's like, fuck yeah!
You should jump on 7 days.
I may die on 7 days to die.
I just may die.
Yeah, Yeah, I got a couple things I wanna probably play on my PC. A couple things for the deck. Not a whole lot coming out, so now might be the time to play the old 7 Days to Die. Although I'm really into, I want to try Disco Elysium. It's this big RPG game. Super popular, apparently. Very, very good reviews. Fucking 97 on Metacritic. And I went to buy it. It was on sale during the Steam sale. I didn't notice for how much, but then I found it after the Steam sale, and it was $40, and I'm like, I could buy it for $40, but I went on SteamDB. Well, let me see how much the sale was, because if it was like $40 to like $30 or even $25, I'll just buy it full price.
Right.
Dude, it was on sale during the summer sale for $4.99.
What?
I was like, I'm not buying this shit for $40. I'll wait for $4.99 again. Fuck.
Like,
damn.
Speaking of things that have high scores.
Not my test scores, but
mine were very good. I don't know about you.
Yeah, mine were fine. Mine were good. I'm a bit of a fucking genius.
No valedictorian over here, but he's a bit smart.
I'm a fella dick something.
He's a bit of a fart smeller. I don't know about this guy. He ain't a smart fella.
You fucking bullying me.
You know who's also not a smart fella?
Who's that?
Me.
No, okay, understandable.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been some hype surrounding some movies that have come out recently.
Yes.
One of which being Oppenheimer, a biopic about J. Robert Oppenheimer, the guy who worked on the Manhattan Project for the atomic bomb. And apparently, it is fantastic. So I'm like, I want to see this because I was reading an article about it, how it was shot specifically for an IMAX screen. And I've never seen a movie in IMAX before. And apparently this is the one to see in IMAX. So I'm like, okay, I am getting a ticket to IMAX, to the theater, to go see this movie in IMAX as it was intended to be seen. And I thought, maybe I'd ask some people to come with me. I don't know. I'm fine going solo, but maybe I'll ask some people to come with me. And then I look at showtimes and seats for all the showtimes. Tell me why. For any show I saw, there was like one seat left. Yeah. There was like the front 2 rows, which I'm not fucking sitting there. I'm gonna be looking at the screen. My leg. I keep doing this thing where I get my foot like this. Right?
Oh, like yeah.
Right? And then I cramp my leg down to my calf.
Oh.
I clench the muscle for God only knows what reason.
You're not a smart guy.
Because I'm stupid. And then my leg cramps. And then I go, that hurt. And then I do it again. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. I'm not sitting in the front row because I'll be like this. And then I'll only see this much of the screen.
The bomb won't go off and you'll actually die.
Yeah. Like, it's gonna suck if I do that. So I'm like, alright, I want something in the back of the theater. Ideally something close to back middle. So I'll look at other showtimes, right? And I'm looking, and I'm like, there's nothing for this weekend. I guess, what about next weekend? So, even like, what about like a Sunday at like 10 a.m.? Because who the fuck's going to the theater at Sunday at 10 a.m.? Booked, full. So I got a ticket for one seat, the one seat left in the theater. I got a ticket for next Friday. Keep in mind, that's 3 weeks after the movie had first released in theaters.
Holy shit.
The only ticket left for next Friday for a 10 p.m. showing. And this movie's 3 hours long. I'm gonna be in this fucking theater till like 2 a.m.
Yeah, holy fuck.
But I'm gonna get to see it.
That's sick.
Which was, but I'm going it solo because there are no other seats.
Shit.
But because of how it is, I didn't get anything close to like the middle of the row. So I got an aisle seat, which I actually prefer in terms of like sitting in any place.
Yeah, so you can get out
what
of
if I have to make a quick escape?
Could be a fucking eclipse on the screen.
Right. Or I just need to get up to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to fucking crawl down a row and wave and fucking wiggle my fat ass in everyone's face. Trying to scooch down
as you're
this
walking
row.
by. Woo! Big boy!
Brother punch!
Someone slap trash, you turn around with a musket and put it to their fucking forehead.
A musket?
I just think it's really comical. You with a musket. It'd be really funny.
So I'm going to see Oppenheimer.
Nice. We're going to see the Barbie movie. We got to do that. We're going to do that at some point. That was booked like fucking crazy too, because I looked for today about us going, but it was fucking
spit on the table over here. When I was fucking yelling about my fat ass, I spit over here.
Fat, dude, just fucking. Chris is juicing at the mouth.
I'm salivating
about his own fat ass.
Yeah, I also, if we see the Barbie movie, I think it's going to be really funny if we can find like the little poster, the graphic they have for the movie. Mm-hmm. There's like how they have the big cardboard cutouts for certain movies. If they have it, if we can take a picture in front of it, just looking real hard, just like a awesome fucking pose, just dead face, looking mean as hell.
Bring some airsoft guns,
and just with the caption, 2 tickets to Barbie, please.
I'm down.
Can we post that?
I'm down for it.
So we should see it.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we'll have someone to take the photo too because Lexi wants to see it, so we'll just tag her along with the Mario movie.
So that also gives us a little more cover.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Jordan and I
I didn't realize what you meant by cover
the
first.
Barbie movie alone.
Oh shit.
Definitely not
our best moment.
Yeah.
I think it definitely passes the Target one.
Definitely not our finest hour.
Definitely beats the Target one.
I think it's sandwiched in ranking between the Target incident and the hotel incident.
Yeah.
So.
What would be even worse is if we showed up with fucking martinis to the Barbie movie.
Showed up with like bottles of like Pink Whitney.
There you go. I'll fucking bring the rosé, brother.
We'll show up with a little dog in a purse.
Put Oscar, dude. Put him in like a dog costume. Stick him in a purse. It's very clearly a cat.
We should we should dress up. We should wear all pink.
I have a pink shirt.
I do not.
We'll get you one.
I have
a pink one from work.
I just bought. Oh, I have that one.
Yeah, even gayer. Let's go.
I bought shirts recently, and you know how I have my signature black Carhartt shirt, and I have the signature dark green Carhartt shirt. I'm like, you know what? It's time to spice it up a little bit. I'm gonna get a signature black Carhartt shirt and a signature dark green Carhartt shirt.
Right.
That's what I bought.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now next time I'm assuming you're going even riskier. They're going to get a signature dark green.
Well, I had a little risk. I took a little risk because I bought some shirts from Dickies. Like I've worn a Dickies shirt before, and they're thicker. They're a bit more heavy duty than the Carhartt ones. Yeah. So I'm gonna try these out. I wore them for like 2 days. I'm like, this sucks. It's not so much the sizing of the shirt; it's how they construct them. That's different than Carhartt, and I'm just like, I don't like this. This fits on me weird. Yeah. Because I'm used to all the way Carhartt fits, and now I'm just switching it up, and it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So, Carhartt.
Man. Well, Chris, it's time to go to bed.
Yep. But, I think that was a good maybe, I don't want to say finale because it sounds like we're leaving forever, but like a finale on this format here. Yeah. 3 years strong, and I'm proud that we did it. And here's to another
78 subscribers, bro.
Here's to another 3 years.
Yeah. And hopefully more stuff.
Any other things you might want to add?
Wish us the best.
Yep. And in the coming weeks, when we come back, where can this show be found?
So, this format may die, but there's one thing that's going to always stand true. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio Public, Spotify Podcast, and the RSS feed. There's also YouTube and Spotify. There's also... What the fuck you pointing at, boy?
I'm just doing a little face.
Oh, a little facey face. There's also Instagram and TikTok. Those will be coming back with this new format. They will be.
If we see the Barbie movie and we take that picture, that's going to be on the Instagram.
100%, yeah. So those will be coming back with this format. I think the plan kind of at the moment is like I still do the podcast and focus on TikTok and stuff, and then Chris does a lot of like the other IRL stuff.
The IRL
That's
and
the thought,
writing
anyway.
stuff.
So it gives me a little more time to like think about just the podcast while I have Chris kind of doing all the other stuff. So
yeah, because I wanna be a bit of a puller. I wanna pull a bit more weight here.
he doesn't want to be a bit of a dragger. You're not dragging us down. No,
Dragging these nuts.
It's been fine, but yes, we will be there. Be there or be square. Look out for the announcement. That's probably gonna go up on Instagram too and TikTok.
Yeah, it's not gonna be anything very exciting. It's just gonna be we had an idea, but it's just gonna be like a little announcement.
Yeah, it's just gonna be in our ballpark though.
Yep.
Just maybe a little celebratory champagne through the ceiling.
Boom! Right through the ceiling. Kill the cat.
There's just blood starts trickling down. Like, oh my god! I go up there and Chunk just has his whole ass missing.
Chunk has been split clean in half. Like we put him in a fucking water pressure cutter, water jet.
You know something, Chris?
No.
The scariest thing is yet to come.
What?
Gonna see if that camera was recording the whole time.
Yeah, and if it isn't, actually, if it wasn't recording this whole time, this is actually the last episode forever.